Welcome to part 3 of our 7 pillars of personal transformation. Emotional intelligence, the power of inner stability. Today we're exploring about managing your emotions. It's not about suppressing them. No, it's about understanding them. Because when you can navigate your emotional world, you open up more confidence, better relationships, and a more peaceful mind. Did you know suppressing your emotions can block your growth? Yes. Have you ever been told, just calm down, you're too emotional, oh my days, you're in your feelings? All these things sometimes can lead us to suppress our emotion, not being able to say exactly how you feel because you're afraid of how people will respond, or just feel like your emotions are not validated. Society often teaches us showing emotions is weakness, and there's no weakness in showing your emotions, but you need to know how and when, because suppressing, trapping your emotions in, it does not get rid of that emotion. It just creates a build-up. That build-up in turn turns into anxiety, stress, negative feeling, and even sometimes it can keep us in this repetitive cycle where we never learn from that experience because we've never been allowed to express our emotions and therefore just let it go. Emotions are data. They're not good or bad. So when you're feeling fear, it's just your body maybe signaling there's an uncertainty about something. When you're feeling angry, it's maybe something that's going against your belief or something that is not aligning with what you want. When you're feeling sad, it could be a signal for loss or the need of support. So it's important to acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge these emotions, because when we ignore them, we might be blocking signals that are supposed to be there to help us grow. When you're feeling angry and you explain it to somebody, they might apologize. But without you sharing that feeling, that emotion that you felt, they might think nothing wrong happened. But within yourself, you're holding it back. You're literally there angry, fuming, building up this negative energy, and it's not doing any good for your body. When you're feeling sad, you need to know what it's in relation to. If it's something that's very clear, then it can be addressed. You can find people to talk to. You might be feeling sad but not knowing exactly why you're feeling sad. Seek the reason behind that emotion. And once again, this is all for your personal transformation. It's not for anybody else. It's not for the other person to know that you were sad about that situation. But it's for you to understand, why were you sad about that situation? What about the situation made you sad? What about the scenario made you angry? What was the reason behind it? And sometimes it may be triggers. That situation triggered something that happened previously. It's important for you to address that with yourself. It's important for you to navigate these feelings for yourself. I was doing some research, and there's this neuroscientist doctor that came up with this phrase, name it to tame it. I believe that's what it is. And what that basically says is, name your feeling, name your emotion. From what I understood from it, name your feeling, name your emotion. If you're anxious, say I'm anxious. If you're angry, I'm angry. If you're sad, say I'm sad. Because then what that does to your brain is it helps you to calm down, because you've identified what the emotion that you're feeling is. And from knowing what the emotion is, you can then work out why. But without knowing the emotion, you're just in a state of being emotional. So when you name it, then you're able to address it, because you now identified what emotion it is that you're dealing with. And then that helps your logical part of the brain to now create a solution for it. So that's my sort of understanding from that bit of research that I found. If anybody has come across this, please do share it in the comments. Emotional intelligence in action is that awareness first, then regulation second. I have used this kind of practice before when I started doing speaking engagements. And for some reason, not all of them, but sometimes I would feel this overwhelming feeling. And at first, I was quite surprised because I'm just like, oh gosh, what is this feeling? Why do I feel like this? I'm used to doing this. Why is it this moment feels like this? And I realized that I was feeling anxious, whether it's because of the audience that I was speaking to or just the time of day it was. I didn't know exactly why the emotion was there, but I knew it was anxiety building up. And I am able to regulate that for myself. As someone of faith, I can use the word. So I just know that there's a Bible passage that says, be anxious for nothing. So I will try and use that to basically bring myself back to reality and just take deep breaths and just understand that, okay, you're feeling anxious. Yes, it is a big deal, but what are you actually anxious about? What is it? And then remember, okay, we're fine. We're okay. Just be anxious for nothing. Go out there, do your best, and then learn from that and then keep it moving. So that self-talk is what's really important. So when we're talking about emotional intelligence, it's having an awareness of the feelings, the emotional feelings that come across your path every single day, being able to take them on, be aware of them, and find how to regulate them so that you're not constantly in this cycle of the same emotions throughout the whole day, and you're not dealing with them, you're not addressing them, so it's just continuous. So the next time you're faced with an overbearing feeling of anxiety or anger or whatever feeling it is, just take a moment, pause, understand what feeling actually is, understand what the reason behind it is, and then take action with regards to how do I deal with this feeling. Think of the next steps clearly before you jump to a reaction. This simple pause, process, respond can really help you regulate your emotions and transform how you respond to people at work or as a parent, friends and family. So do think about this the next time you're faced with a situation. So emotional intelligence for me, it's not about controlling your emotions, but it's working with your emotions. Finding the reason, finding out how to deal with it. It's not just constantly emotion and react. You're angry, you shout. You're anxious, you drop out. No, it's just identifying that emotion and attaching a sort of response or coping mechanism or something to help you deal with that emotion at the time. And emotional intelligence covers all feelings, and it's even simple things like being able to understand other people's emotions and responding to it and finding boundaries of being able to respond to other people's emotions. But in this session, we're talking about your own personal transformation. When you get to a place where you can sit down with your feelings and be comfortable with them, you've reached a place of inner stability that no external chaos can shake. And that's what we're after. Emotional intelligence and inner stability. If this video has helped you, don't forget to hit the like button. I will see you on my next video, which will be step 4, discovering what really drives you. As always, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. I will see you on my next video.